This is Nev, and we're going to continue with building our scissors, paper, rock with the Pascal interface, the free Pascal interface that we started. Now, there was a slight error before, and I'll just do that again. I'll save where we are just to be sure, and then Control F9. Well, let's get onto the actual Pascal. It tells me that there is an error in line 5, but in fact that's not correct. The colon that's expected is actually expected up on line 1. So it can be a little tricky to figure out the errors here. Now, what we might do is just have a very quick look at the files that are sitting in the drive. We are looking at the rock, paper, scissors 03 folder. As I run this now, we'll see an exe file come in here and a few more files. So let's run again. And so there they go. There's the exe. Now, would you like rock, paper, or scissors? I'm just going to go rock, enter, and it's telling me rock as well. So enter again, and I'm back here in my editor. So let's right line, let's just make this a little clearer, and I'll put in some inverted commas here. You have chosen, I'm going to put a space, an inverted comma, and a plus sign, and F2 to save, Control F9 to run. This time, you have chosen R. Okay, so we're getting the idea of how this is working. Now let's go on and create a random number. I might down here do the same thing, right line, for the computer choice, which is C. So here we go. The has chosen space concatenate and C and close bracket and colon. Now we haven't, it doesn't know yet what C is, so let's Control Z. We can't do Control Z. That must have been a plus and a U and a close bracket and a colon. So we've got to be careful when we go backspace. Now here I'm just going to put in a test value, C colon equals, and I'll give it the value of S for scissors just for the time being. Save it, F2, Control F9. Let's see, oh, it's not happy. What is its problem? An error on line 19. I might have to make my window bigger. Line 19, it's probably here. And a quick way to figure out error handling, if I comment that out, Control F9, and it's happy. So it's got to be on that line, R, and the computer has chosen, and there's no variable yet for C. Okay, enter again. So this line here is the problem. C is, of course I've forgotten the colon. Let's try that. F2 for save, Control F9, and we're happy. R, enter. The computer has chosen S. All right, so we're going bit by bit. Enter again. Now, I want to do a random number and start mucking around with the function for random number. So initially, I think I'm going to do RAN NO colon equals, I might make it 3 colon, and again I'm going to right line and random number is, and we'll have another, close the text part, concatenate with RANNO, close the bracket, colon, or we'll close the bracket and colon. F2, Control F9, and we've got a problem. So it must be with, it's line 18, it's got to be with what I have just written here. Random number is there. Random number is random number. Because this is a number, we've got slightly different syntax here. So it actually is going to be comma random number. Let's try that. F2, Control F9, and it's happy R. So lucky we did that. And random number, because we have called it a real number, you can see that it's put in a lot of decimal points and then an exponent of 3 digits as well. So it can be potentially an absolutely huge number. All right, so we have got that code working. Let's get rid of this random number for a moment. Let's set random number and let's put in the function. So random number will really be random. So RANNO is equal to random, and I want to pick a random number between 0 and 3 colon. So hopefully that should just give us, actually for the moment, let's just do that, a random number out of 10, because it's going to vary a little more. And what I want to do is check, often the random number function always works the same way. So I'm a little bit suspicious of it at this stage, right? So let's F2, F9, rock, enter. Here's our random number 5. Enter. I'm going to do that again, just see if we get 5 again. We shift Control F9, rock. Oh, strange, we got 5 again. We'll do it again. Control F9, random, rock, 5. It's not looking very random, is it? So we're going to have to do a little testing around this. So why don't we just do a little loop here. Bit of practice on looping. So I'm going to go for, I defined I above, for I equals, whoops, equals 1 to 5, 1 to 5, do, and let's indent this a little bit, tab, and let's write. This time I'm just going to write, not a right line, just a right, and I'll do ANNO, comma, and I'm going to do, so I'm concatenating with a comma space, and then I'm going to close my brackets and put a colon in there. All right. I need to, I think I need to, I forgot to do a begin before my loop, and I need to do an end. So backspace, END, and and begin. Let's see how that is. F2, Control F9, doesn't like it. Escape. The problem is in line 23. For I equals 1 to 5, do. That looks okay. Begin random number 10, colon at the end, write random number, colon at the end. Oh, I'm going to need a colon at the end of end. It's a little tricky, isn't it? F2, Control F9, here we go, rock, and you have chosen 5, 5, 5, 7, 8. So they're in that order. Now, I'm just going to comment out this clear screen so we can compare our new ones with our old ones. And let's run it again. Control F9 and rock. Is it the same? 5, 5, 7, 8, 6, 6. And it's probably time to change our real number back to an integer and see the effect that's going to make. Okay, and Control F9 and I'll rock, and we've got 55786, 55786. You can see that this is not a random sequence. It's sure it's random, but it's exactly the same every time. So my first random will always be 5. So we've got a problem with our randomizing function, that it's absolutely not random at all. So what we need to do is put in one extra line up here, which is randomize. Oh, it's American, so it's ZE. Okay, randomize, colon, let's try it now. F2, Control F9, and it's not happy. Oops, what's upset its apple cart now? Randomize, error, randomize. Oh, I've got a typo in it. That might be better. F2, Control F9. Here we go. R and 46207. That's different. Let's do it once more. Control F9. Random rock. And 68862. All right. Certainly working now. Let's do it as a random number. Whoops. Open the brackets. 3, delete. A random number out of 3. F2, Control F9, and we have got 22110. We're doing 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2 is okay for us. 0, 1, 2. Let's do it again. Enter, Control F9, rock, enter, and 0, 2, 1, 1, 0. So we are getting, we're getting different answers each time. So I'm going to finish this video now, and we'll continue on with the actual programming next time. But at least we've learned a little bit about random numbers.